I don't decide who lives or dies. I just set the stage. Imagine a game where the stakes aren't trophies or fame, but your life, where every choice carries the weight of survival and every mistake could be your last. Would you play? 10 strangers woke up in a place they'd never seen with no memory of how they got there. The only thing they had in common, secrets, fears, regrets, things they thought they could outrun. But in this place, the past always catches up. You might think you know yourself, what you do when the clock is ticking and survival is slipping through your fingers. But let me tell you something. Until you've been pushed to the edge, you don't know anything. What would you do to live one more day? Would you lie? Would you cheat? Would you kill? This isn't just a game. It's a test of who you are when everything is stripped away. And trust me, the answers aren't always pretty. Welcome to a world where trust is a weakness, morality is a luxury, and survival, well, survival isn't guaranteed. The question is, how far would you go to make it out? And when it's all over, will you even recognize yourself? Welcome to my show, my game, the game of life or death.
My name is Ethan Chase, and I'm the only survivor of a game that wasn't meant to be won. It's been months since I got out, but the memories haven't left me. The faces of the people I met, the choices we had to make, the fear that clawed at us every second. People like to think they'd do anything to survive, that they'd fight, adapt, overcome. But what if survival demanded more than just strength? What if it meant betraying everyone you've ever trusted? Or worse, betraying yourself. It began in the desert, a place so empty it felt like the end of the world. That's where they brought us. Unconscious, strapped down like cargo. We didn't know why we were chosen, or what was waiting for us behind those gates. But when we woke up, it didn't take long to figure it out. They didn't just want us to survive. They wanted to watch us break. This isn't just a story. It's a warning. Because one thing I've learned is that the people behind this, they're still out there. And they could choose anyone, even you. The first thing I felt was cold. So cold it made my bones ache. I woke up in a metal room, with lights that buzzed and cameras that blinked. I wasn't alone. 9 others were there, waking up too. We didn't know each other, but it didn't matter. We were all in the same nightmare. The room filled with questions, fear, and panic. Everyone wanted answers, but none of us had them. Then the voice came.
Good morning, participants. You have been chosen. Your actions, decisions, and morality will determine your fate. The game begins in 2 hours. Until then, get acquainted. Every choice matters.
When I woke up, I didn't panic. Not at first. The first thing I did was listen. The sound of a clock ticking, a faint buzzing from the lights, and breathing. Heavy breathing. I could hear the fear in the room before I even opened my eyes. The room was cold. Quiet. Too quiet.
We didn't know where we were, but I remember flashes. The desert, the gates, the guards. This place wasn't just isolated. It was built to keep things in. or maybe to keep the world out. When the clock hit 0, the doors opened. It wasn't freedom waiting for us, it was the beginning. The hallway stretched on forever, cold and sterile, with numbered doors at the end. 10 doors, 10 of us.
Participants, your first challenge awaits. Behind your numbered door is a test of focus and determination. Complete it within 5 minutes to proceed. Failure will result in elimination. Enter now.
The doors shut behind us with a metallic clang, sealing us inside. The room was small, cold, and empty, except for a table in the center. On it, a thick rope was tied to a heavy weight, and beside it a pair of scissors. A clock on the wall glowed red, counting down from 5 minutes. It didn't take long to realize what we had to do.
Your task is simple. Cut through the rope completely before the timer reaches 0. Failure will result in elimination. Begin.
Simple, that's what they called it. But the rope felt like it was made of steel, and the scissors weren't much better. Every cut was a battle, and with each passing second, the clock felt louder, faster. The room was filled with the sound of scissors scraping against rope and the ticking of the clock. You could hear everyone struggling, even through the walls. And then, someone's buzzer went off. We didn't see what happened to him, not yet. But that sound, that buzzers, it was enough to make us work faster. None of us wanted to be next. When the doors opened, we stumbled back into the hallway, gasping for air. 9 of us made it, but 1 door stayed closed. We didn't know what happened to participant 4, but deep down, we already knew.
Participant 4 has been eliminated. Congratulations to the survivors of round 1. Let this serve as a reminder. Failure is not an option. The countdown to round 2 begins now.
The clock reset, and the voice left us alone. But the damage was done. Trust was already cracking, and fear had a way of making enemies out of strangers. We were just getting started.
Ha 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 ha!